So now we're going to be talking about inviting someone over in English. So imagine that you are hosting a party or an event, or maybe somebody invites you to a party or an event. So we've got some phrases to help you with these type of situations. So firstly, we will go through making an invitation. Secondly, we will go through accepting an invitation, so saying yes. And we will also go through refusing an invitation, so saying no. So we've ranked the phrases from easiest to hardest. So let's see if you know them all. Let's go. So let's start with making an invitation. So the first phrase I have for you is quite direct and informal, probably good with somebody that you know quite well. You would say, do you want to? So my example would be, do you want to come to my board game night on Thursday? So the next phrase I have for you is a little bit more formal and less direct. So maybe this is with somebody who you are not so well acquainted with, or someone who is not a very close friend. You might say to them, would you like to? So for example, would you like to have dinner at my house on Friday night? So the next phrase is one of the most formal phrases. I would like. So for example, I would like to invite you to a wine tasting at mine next month. The next phrase I have for you is also fairly formal. It is, would you be interested in? So for example, would you be interested in coming to my fancy dress party next week? Perhaps you want to make a spontaneous invitation. You could start the sentence with, how about? For example, how about having some drinks at my place now? So let's talk about accepting an invitation. So saying yes to somebody's party or event. So for example, if you feel that someone's been quite kind to you, you could say, thank you for your kind invitation. Another way you could answer, which is very short and sweet, is, I'd love to, thanks. So let's imagine that you are really happy that you received the invitation. You could say, that's a great idea. Thank you so much. So staying on the theme of really appreciating an offer, another phrase that you could use is, thank you for inviting me to dinner. And finally, if you really want to show your enthusiasm, you could say, thanks, I'd like that very much. So let's imagine that you want to refuse an invitation. Perhaps you already have plans, or maybe you just don't want to go. So the first phrase that you could use, which is quite direct and gives a reason, I can't, I'm sorry, I have to work. So let's imagine that you don't really want to give a reason for why you can't attend. You could say, I'm afraid I'm busy tomorrow. If you want to be just a little bit more polite in declining the invitation, you could say, thank you for the invitation, but I'm busy at that time. So it could be the case that you really want to express your disappointment and that you really cannot attend the party or the events. So you could say, sorry, I'd love to, but I've got an appointment. And finally, there are sometimes those persistent people who want to invite you again and again, even if you do decline again and again. In that case, you need to be strong and say, I really don't think I can. Sorry. So I hope that you found these phrases useful. Let me know if there are any other phrases that you use when you want to accept or refuse an invitation. And as always, if you have any questions, let us know.